areas for us to scalp something. So it's tough when you see a market like that. It's coming. It's going to keep going. It may. I have no idea. We're coming back up. Let's see. We're above our pivot. Let's see. Where can we go here? Let's see. 87. We got a little bit of. But 83 was yesterday's, a number from yesterday. So I remember these spots from yesterday. And so I hope I haven't confused everyone, because I kind of tend to jump around all over the board trying to give you the best information that I can. But the best information I can give you is you have to learn to, and it doesn't matter if it's this technique or this system or somebody else's system. First of all, you got to like the system, and then you have to mess with it enough to be able to trade it and with confidence. And that only comes with doing. I mean, the more you do it, the more confidence you gain, especially if if you're doing it and you keep losing, then either you're doing something wrong or the system just sucks, put it to say the least. And we have days that what we do just does not work very well. And when we get into these trended markets, these one-way markets, it doesn't work. But it doesn't take a genius to figure out, look, this thing is, I mean, and say in this 5-minute chart, when we're looking at these downturns, we're looking at getting areas of reaction. Well, on this 5-minute chart, this is about 905, and we come down to 87. So when I scroll back to about 905, there's our 87 right there. We hit it and bounced. It didn't give you but a minute. So when you look at this 5-minute chart, you think, well, this level didn't work. But when you swing it down and you said, what happened within that 5 minutes? It hit it, bounced, you made your money, then it took off again. The same way when we got down here to this our pivot, this 82 level. Where was 82? I mean, it came right down to 82, stopped, and bounced. So you're able to see what you can see it on the 5-minute. It did the same thing. You got a good bounce off that 82. So the levels, they don't give you a lot of time. You would think they're going to hit this, and they can. They just, but the object of this system that we do is, look, this came from Saul Show, the guy that normally runs this room, in case you're new to it. I'm just sitting in till he gets back. And the Saul is a veteran trader, has been on the floor for many years. He's had to learn to trade at pretty well the exact price or around the exact price, and to scout money. It's not about buying hold. It's about taking some profits and getting out. And if you got multiple zone, take you some profits off, manage the money after that. If it's running, manage to stop. Just think, what do you think it's going to do today? Is it going to stop here and go back down? Is it going to go up? I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. I would, if I'd have been along from that 71 down there, when we got up to that blue band, I'd have been taking profits for sure. Matter of fact, when we got up to that pivot, I would have been taking profits. There's just so many scenarios, and if you just got one lot, you're trying to get as much bang for the buck as you can, but you're not trying not to lose what you've already gained. Some people say, well, it's the market's money. It's not my money. No, if you're in a winning position, that's your money. You just choose not to take it. And I hate to put it that bluntly, but that's what when we have to think about it. And we have to think about stuff like that. We have to get to the mentality that which makes sense to us, and we will religiously follow that because, people say, well, you've got to make 1 point, what, 6 times whatever you risk. Well, that'd be nice if you could, and you can, but when you're scalping, I make 1 point. My stop's at break even. I've got my finger on the button. I'm sitting there watching it, and once I get in a position, my theory is if you're making it, why lose it? 1 point's better than nothing. 2 points is better than one for sure. But if it goes up there and it does not take me out, my finger is on the button. Get me out. If all it gives me is 1 point, that's fine. I took 1 point out of that trade. But my deal is to do this day in and day out and try and keep my losses and trying to keep my mistakes to a minimum. And if you can do that, this is not a bad way to trade. Like I said, I'm taking cautious trades today for the room. There's been a lot more trades there that I've taken. I could have called a ton of trades, but would they work? I have no idea. But it's the mentality of we're going up, we're going down. I really don't care if we are going up or we are going down. I'm just trading in the direction that it's going, and from an area that I expect it to bounce from. And so that's my trading methodology. I hope I didn't put y'all to sleep. And I'm giving a lot of thought to this. I do a lot of, for me, I consider a lot of stupid things, and it costs me money. But I am my own worst enemy, and I can see that. My head gets in the way, and you can't let it do that to you. You just have to come in and play the game day in and day out and make money. As simple as that sounds, we can take a simple system and where you can make money. Yes, you're going to have some losses, but overall, you're going to make money. Now, the only question is do you want to make more money? Then you start having to throw more contracts at it, which increases your loss. I mean, just a 2 point stop, with a 2-lot. That's a chunk of change. So guys, y'all got any questions? I'm on a roll. Ask. I try not to get on the soapbox too often. But that's what I've had to learn. And for the new folks coming in here, what we do is really simple. I mean, basically, a lot of what we do already. But there are still other things. If you really want to learn how to do these levels on your own, you're probably going to have to get Saul to train you. And what he's looking at and why he's doing that. And then you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to sit down and you're going to have to practice them every day. You're going to write down the levels. Then he's going to come on and give his levels, and then take his levels and your levels and see, and then go back and look at them. Where did I get mine from? Why did he get his? And then you have to say, okay, some days we know that we should get here, but we think if this market goes, it will have a little bit more minimum. We have to adjust the levels. And like this morning, I had to adjust the levels. I started out with 76 as my first area. And let's see, would 76 work? Well, I had a 76, but this was my first level. My first level today was actually the 70 area, which is down here. But I still use that 76. And I told you about it. And matter of fact, I had it on my charts down here. So I give you big areas like the pivot, the 82, and down here at the 70. And then I'm giving you kind of intermediate levels, like the 87. We come up here, we shorted the 93. So we went from the 82 pivot up to 93, back to this intermediate. We broke it. We came down to the next intermediate. We broke that. We almost went to there and it stopped and bounced. So, and all this was done, right at 8:30 this morning. So it gives you a little added confidence when you learn how to do this. Then when you learn how to trade around the levels, not just the levels, but the price action trades, and then you get more confidence. And the thing is do not get overconfident. Use what you've learned and be careful with it. And it because we're here to come in, put a position on, take a little money off the trade and get out and sit back and wait for another opportunity. And you get bored after a while because you're sitting there and you want to trade. I don't think anybody wants to trade except more than I do, except Saul. And he used to do 1,000 to 2,000 Dow trades a day. So you're talking about trading a bunch. And everybody says, you traded 20 times? And I look back, I said, yes, I'll traded 1,000 or 2,000. So, and and some days the market just not moving. And without movement, we don't make much. It's moved a bunch today. Like I said, we have been real cautious on what we've done and how we've done it. And let's see, 2, 6, and we're up 8.5 points, and we hadn't had any losses. And I'm not bragging; that's just fact. And that's what happens when you calm down and you trade what it is, and you trade around these areas. And if we got 2 point stop, well, we got stopped out. And a lot of times it's hard to look at this 5-minute chart and say, well, it hit it bounced. But it went past it. Well, you look at a 1-minute chart, it hit it, bounced, you got your 2 points, you got out, then it went past it. But guys, it's a little after 10. We're getting close to 10:30. I am, for myself, I am done for today. I won't trade anymore today. There's no need in it. And, so the levels and stuff, and this is something we normally never do, is keep track of all of this mess. As far as price action trades and level trades and pivot trades and stuff like that we're taking. For us, we don't care because, if it's a loss, it's a loss. Go to the next one. In the scheme of 1,000 trades, 20 or 50 or 100 losses is nothing. Even 200 losses is nothing. That's just part of trading. So we don't keep score like that. We come in, we sit down, and we try and make money every day. That's our goal. Some days it's easier than others. Some days it's quicker than others. Some days it's just kind of like, I'm not going to sit around here and wait for this grass to grow here so I can cut it. It's kind of like, yeah, I'll go do something else. You don't have to trade today. We trade because we want to. Who is it? Alexander Elder, that book he wrote, Come Into My Trading Room. He says, come in, turn the TVs off, shut the door, and trade. He says, pay attention to what you're doing. My mistakes is I'm not paying attention. Oh, and I get too big of a hurry. Like, I'm going to miss a trade. I'm going to miss a trade. Some days missing that trade is a blessing. Let me tell you. It didn't work, or you didn't see the whole picture. You only took a glimpse of it. You run over there and jumped in the trade. And so, calm down, back up and wait a little bit, and you'll be a whole lot better off. And if you haven't been in the room when Saul's in, you'll see that he's just this. I don't care what this market's doing. He doesn't get excited one way or another. He just trades it. And my goal would be able to copy him in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, we have the numbers. You have the numbers. I will post them in the chat one more time for those that came in late. And so write them down and see how we do around them. I mean, I keep a running log. Of our pivots, our levels. I've got levels all the way back to 2016, 2015, somewhere in there. So, and not only that, when you write it down, it kind of engraves it in your brain. Guys, if there's no more questions, speak now or hold your peace. I have hoped that you might have learned something from all this speaking here. Just because I know one thing that it's tough to be a new trader. I know that it's tough to be a trader over a year or two. It's just. I know what it's like. I've been there, done that. And so it's all, And we don't tend to, even though we've been doing this a while, we tend not to forget where we came from. And, I'm just thankful for the people that's helped me on the road. But in the ultimate decision, it's going to come down to you. You have to come up with there's systems are like, they're a dime a dozen out there. Any kind of system you want, somebody will sell it to you. But if you're not comfortable with trading it, it doesn't matter how great it is. There is no holy grail that we all. And sometimes they work for a while, then they quit. And they work for a while, they quit. Same way, it's all of them. Even this one. It works. The choppier the market, the better this what we do works. I like it, man. When we start getting choppy and it's not really trending very far and it's staying in there, man, we just straight up a storm. A day like yesterday and the day before, it's tough to trade this market. They will not let it stop to turn. If they do, it's not but about a point or so. That's it. We're trading back close to our 76 again. Question is would I take the 76? And not this late in the game. I was looking to see if I know that around this 78 area, I've got a little bit of I've got some at 78 and at 76. So I mean, if you were to take it down here in this 77 range, yeah, 78 would have yielded you 2 points. But it's just as we ease into the day, it's just these levels, they tend to get slower until late in the afternoon. Then they tend to get one way. The afternoon trade's a different animal than these morning trades are. But like I say, we're at 10:30. It's time for us to take our little cookies and take what we've made this morning and don't give it back to them this afternoon. So, well, Mr. Brad, I'm finished for today. I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Great, appreciate it, Don. Thank you. Remember, everything we do is for educational purposes only. Not to take as trading or investment advice. This is a trade along, an opportunity to trade along with a trader. And we appreciate you being here. Take a moment to sign up. Thank you. And thank you, Don.
You're welcome, my brother. Enjoyed it. Of course, I like to trade. I'm fixing to unshare my charts. Is that all right?
Sorry, say it again.
I said I'm fixing to unshare my charts. Is that all right, or do you need me to leave?
No, that's good. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.